Hi YouTube, it's Janine, Miss Mystic J again. Sorry, just realizing my hair's a mess. I haven't gotten to brush it yet. So I'm officially 1 day post-op. Yay! I don't remember what I said in my video yesterday, so I know it was pretty short and I was pretty drugged up. I'm not quite as drugged up anymore. So yesterday I had my surgery at about 11 a.m. Took about an hour, said it went very smoothly, textbook. I did not have a hiatal hernia, which I suspected, and he suspected I had. Didn't have that. No gallstones. Slightly fatty liver, but not enough that he was worried about it. I did actually end up losing the 10 pounds altogether that he wanted me to lose before surgery. I had actually gained a pound Sunday night. Is it Sunday night? No. Monday night. Yeah, Monday night I had gained a pound overnight. Because I think I mentioned before I had a breakfast burrito, or part of a breakfast burrito, but yeah, my number went up on the scale instead of down, so that was kind of frustrating, but my own fault, I know. But when I got to the hospital yesterday, I went in my pajamas just so I'd be comfortable, so those weigh a little bit less than my regular clothes. Really the only difference was I didn't have a belt on or my Fitbit on or any jewelry on. I don't wear a whole lot of jewelry, but didn't have much. And I weighed, well, let's see, my highest weight, 287. When I went to see my surgeon, I was 281 point something, I don't know, point what, 281. He wanted me to get down to 271. And Tuesday morning, I was 274. And yesterday when I weighed in, I was 271.2 or 0.4 or something like that. So I did actually lose the 10 pounds. I'm so happy about that. Haven't been on a scale since, so I have no idea where I am right now. I'm not planning to weigh in until at least tomorrow morning. I might actually wait till this weekend. Yeah, I think my weekly weigh-in videos that I'm going to start doing post-op, I'll do either on a Saturday or Sunday, even though it won't be an official week. That's what I'm going to say, because, you know, if I end up having to go to work or if I get a full-time job dental assisting again, it'll be during the week, so it would just be easier to just start it right off the bat on a Saturday or Sunday. So my experience at the hospital has been very good. I don't know if I mentioned before, my hairstylist was looking into the surgery a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit, when I was looking at having it done last year. I was scheduled here at this hospital with the same doctor and ended up having to cancel because my family freaked out. And in case this video stops for some reason, because my phone does that, if it just cuts out, I will pick up where I left off in another video. So I told her one of the times she was cutting my hair that I was going to be getting it, and she goes, oh yeah, I've been, you know, thinking I should maybe consider trying to do that. So I gave her my surgeon's information, because she has the same insurance that, well, did have the same insurance that I have now, and it all worked out. So she had it done a couple weeks after I was supposed to have mine. So she's a little bit over a year out. Her year surgery was May 31st, I believe, I think. She lost 103 pounds. She's doing awesome. She's helped me a lot. through the process. Just she helped me yesterday. We were texting each other over the phone. I got to the hospital. I was actually pretty freaked out. Like, I was really excited to do it, but I'm like, oh shit, am I really doing this? Like, am I really at a point where I'm gonna let people cut into my body and mess with my organs? Like, I don't know. There was so much stuff going through my head. And more even than that, my parents came with me to the hospital, my mom and dad. They're the ones that have been the most against it. Not in a mean way, they're just worried, you know? So I came in, I registered, and they put me out of bed, weighed me in, took my blood pressure, asked me questions. My parents had to wait in the waiting room at that point. And I just started crying. I couldn't help it. I just started bawling. And they're like, are you sure you're ready for this? I'm like, I'm ready for the surgery. I just feel so bad that I'm kind of putting my parents through this because, you know, they don't want it happening. I don't know if I mentioned it before. My parents have already lost a child. I was adopted, and I would have had a sister because they adopted another little girl 2 or 3 years before me, and she died at 2 years old, very unexpectedly. And it was so hard for them. So I feel like I was just freaking out, like, all right, well, if something did happen to me, you know, while I was on the table or having surgery, like, God, I just had so much guilt about, like, if my own personal, you know, life decision, whatever, you know, my choice to do this, not anybody else's, is what took their second daughter from them, oh, it would just crush me. So I was pretty upset. And then they finally let my mom come back with me for a while, and we were talking, and again, I couldn't hold it in. I just started crying. I'm like, I'm so sorry, like, and my mom's like, I told you, you know, I'll never be, you know, great with the idea of you doing it, but she's like, I'm not going to let you be here alone and do it. Like, we're going to be here. We're going to support you no matter what. You know, we love you. So I couldn't have asked for anything more than that. They were so good, and my dad was upset. They both came in with red faces like they'd been crying in the waiting room. So it was kind of a crybaby sesh before they took me back. And they gave me Valium and a few other things in the meantime, so I did eventually calm down and smile a little bit. And a friend of the family came that lives near where the hotel is, so they came to visit us, so that was nice. I walked back to the operating room and just kind of looked around. I don't remember seeing much, like, I didn't specifically look for instruments. I just saw, you know, a table on one end. There was like 4 or 5 people standing around, like the anesthesiologist, the nurses, things like that. The doctor, obviously, the surgeon. Looked at the table, and I was trying to, you know, choke back tears again. So embarrassing, because I guess I wasn't really prepared to be that emotional about it the day of, because I've been thinking about it for so long. You'd think I'd be over it by now. So I lay down, and they start getting me prepped, and the tears just started coming out of my eyes. They're like, it's okay, you know, we'll have you feeling better in no time, don't worry. And then they put the little mask on me. They didn't tell me to count down. They were just kind of letting me sit there and breathe and try to stop crying, and that was it. And then I woke up in the recovery room, and I was so, let me just say, so pleasantly surprised. I had 0 pain with my stomach, 0 pain with my throat. My mouth was dry and clammy, but other than that, I didn't have a complaint or care in the world. All of the nurses here have been excellent, top-notch. Love them all. The guy that was there, I wish I could remember his name, Ronnie or something like that. Oh my gosh. My parents are going to go pick up some sort of present for me to hand out to the staff here today, which I thought was a great idea because they deserve it. They've all been so sweet and very attentive and sympathetic. Some of them have had the surgery themselves. Very, very good staff. I don't have a complaint about one of them of any kind. constantly helping me, get up and go to the bathroom or walk around or whatever. I was up and walking down the hall for the first time probably about an hour and a half after surgery. And my mom held me up